Well, good Friday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a good one. I might as well just turn the microphones on now. Just go ahead and let it go. Just say to yourself, Novotney, you are now officially out of control. It's not in your control anymore, Novotney. It's those guys over there. Welcome to the show. Of course, I'm Steve Novotney. Many apologies for only a 1-hour show today. Had a late cancellation. But we're going to make up for it with these two guys. Ladies and gentlemen, on your left, meet Chef Adam with Roxby Development. And, of course, that guy, well, you know Chef Rocco. Adam, go ahead and pronounce your last name.
My last name is Luiso.
Luiso. I got that forever now. What you got there, Rock?
What do I have?
Yeah, what?
I have a fabulous Lead News insulated cup that I'm having some fabulous Wheeling municipal water in.
You know I wouldn't give you municipal water. You know, my dog doesn't even get the municipal water. Einstein, do you, buddy?
Yeah, Einstein drinks only Fiji water at 42 degrees.
No, he gets his Dasani like his daddy. You know, I mean,
He gets Evian on bad days. So
There we go.
yeah,
well, no.
37.6 degrees.
Does he ever go for the Perrier, Steve?
He does like Perrier
Nice.
Nice little carbonation.
with a little lemon.
Little
Very
fizzy,
nice.
fizzy
Yeah.
bubbly.
Yeah, he does. He does a little bit. Folks, we're going to have a culinary conversation if I ever get back in control of this meeting. Chef Adam recently featured in a story on Lead News, and of course, Rocco. You know, guys, I'm going to have to split you two up when I'm doing my holiday stories now. You know that, Rocco.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. That's perfectly fine.
Okay, because he's done the perfect, what'd you do, the Easter ham, or no, the Christmas ham, Thanksgiving turkey, and he had the whole valley brining their turkeys for the first time in their lives. And then what'd we do, Rocco, for Easter?
Did we do? I can't remember, Steve.
Or
Did we
did you
do
blow me
lamb
off
or-
for that one?
Maybe I did. Maybe that's how that one went, actually. I think that's exactly how that went.
Yeah.
But you know, Steve, to reiterate real quickly with the ham, you know, that's the best thing they ever made out of a dead pig's leg.
I really am not a huge fan of ham. So
I can pass it right up. I mean, if that's what's for dinner, I'll have a slice of that, but I never go out and say, you know what, I'd love to make a ham.
I know. You know what, though? On Father's Day, we had the whole family over. Well, my whole family and some of Michelle's. And I was going to buy steaks for everybody. And Michelle's like, why don't we just make a ham? Our hams are good. So we made a ham, burgers, and hot dogs, and all the fixings and everything, and didn't hear a complaint. Not one single complaint. But, you know, Rock, you got cheated today. You may have gotten a cup. But, yeah, you may have gotten a lead cup. But Adam got Steve's cooking.
Oh, man. See?
I did. I got some Cajun shrimp as soon as I walked through the door.
Nice. That's a pretty good
ice
setup.
cold Coca-Cola and some Cajun shrimp.
I'm very hospitable.
It was extremely hospitable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoever has their phone on, please turn it off.
Oh, yes, I got to do that. That's me.
It's always you.
It's always me, Steve. Always with the trouble.
You're so difficult to manage.
I know. It's almost impossible, isn't it?
Yes. How's everybody this Friday?
Great. You know, just getting off a couple of really busy weeks, and we slowed down a little bit this week, but we're getting ready to gear right back up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Rocco, how's your week going?
It's been busy. I've had some, you know, there's some parties kicking back up, you know, so
I
there's
know.
been some catering going on, so plotting and planning all that sort of stuff, and you know.
Well, and here's the thing, too. You know, well, we'll talk about that later, but first, I thought it'd be appropriate, Rocco. Let me explain your purpose here today. Okay, because you know me, I'm a planner. I always have a plan, right?
Oh yes.
Yes. I figured the godfather of chefs in the Upper Ohio Valley should welcome the new chef officially on the show.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Adam's got some good stuff cooking. No pun intended. You know, I got a chance to see the photo shoot up there overlooking the city.
Yeah, at the Cliff House West.
Some great looking food there. And
That's why the food was on the cover of Chef Adam's story. because
that was a good shot.
Because Tim's shot, man.
He really did an incredible job with the photography on that. It was I was happy with the plates and how they turned out. I was even happier with the artist and what he did with everything as well.
I mean, Adam, didn't you get a kick out of watching Tim work?
I really did. Yeah, he was really engaged, very intense.
Yeah.
And highly focused. It was really impressive.
It was.
Yeah.
We're talking about Timothy O'Malley, ladies and gentlemen. He's on his way to New York City. Why? Why go to New York? Well, number one, he lived there for 18 years, and he was hired by BMW to shoot the Gay Pride Fest parade. I think that's the coolest gig in the world.
Yeah, he's really excited about doing it also. It's been something he's wanted to do for a long time now, actually.
Yeah. So he's super pumped. That's actually why you got some shrimp, Adam, because Tim's one of those guys who forgets to eat. And he's not big into food, is he, Adam? I mean, before we even started the shoot, he looked at both of us and said, "Are you guys going to help me?" And we were like, "Yeah, we got you." You know, because you and I apparently are the foodie people.
Right.
And so I told him what's usual. I showed him a couple of photos off the internet, and I just said to him, "You got this." And he absolutely did, especially with that view.
The view behind it is really is really what makes that property special. And we kind of equated to it, Roxby, as the Mount Washington of Wheeling.
Yeah.
It really is just a spectacular view of the Ohio Valley and the surrounding area, and it's going to be a great place to have some events this summer for sure.
Yeah, Adam, why don't you go ahead and explain what everything you're doing for Roxby Development right now?
Sure. So I'm the executive chef for Roxby Development. I oversee the hospitality division on the Rocks Hospitality. And right now we're having events at the courtyard of the monastery,
right?
The Mount Carmel Monastery. We're having events at the Cliff House West, up on the hill, overlooking the Wheeling and the local community as well. We have a great venue up there. We just remodeled. It's really fresh paint on the walls, some new furniture. The pool's filled. It's just a really, really great space to have some events, anything from public to very private chef experiential things as well.
Right.
So there's a lot going on in our world at Roxby in the hospitality division right now. We have multiple caterings going on. We have a lot of different things in the fire.
And the Scottish Rite will be another venue in the future. It's under complete and total renovation right now.
It really is. They are my kitchen on the first floor is under construction right now. The restaurant that will be opening there is under construction right now. It's incredible to see the transformation of that building and the restoration as well.
It really is.
It really is. Yeah. And we're going to repurpose it, and we're going to ultimately invite the community in, and we want everybody to see what's going on.
Right. Now, Rocco, you just heard Chef Adam, talk about some of the venues. Think about those venues for a moment. This is what I find super intriguing about them. For years and years and years, you only heard rumor and innuendo about the Mount Carmel Monastery. Okay? The same has always been true about the Scottish Rite Cathedral.
Yes.
Okay, not very public building.
You can also throw in conjecture.
Right. And then you have the Cliff House West, which is the former Overlook, and not a whole lot of people had access to that facility or that house because, Chip and Sally West, it was a private thing.
Yeah,
So,
well, when they originally opened it was called the Omni Center.
The Omni Center.
And it was available they did a lot of tour bus business. It really did. They didn't do a lot of local people up there.
Right.
But it is a spectacular venue, and I think folks around Wheeling and the Ohio Valley and from points east and west are going to be very intrigued by the Scottish Rite Temple. That is a spectacular building, and I think a restaurant there is just going to be a great venue and a great place to go have dinner.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Every once in a while I get invited to some dinners with Chef Adams cooking. You know what was fun? When we were up at Cliff House West, and he did the plates and everything, he paired the filet with a lobster tail. And, of course, you prepare it all pretty and present it and everything. As soon as we were done, Chef Adam ripped the tail off, the lobster tail, and handed it to me. And he goes, "You eat this," because he knows how much I love seafood. Don't I, Rocco?
Absolutely.
I mean, okay, now, here's something. Rocco, you tell us what we here in the Upper Ohio Valley like to eat. Because Chef Adam's still learning, I think.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think judging by your plates and that sort of thing, I think you've got the edge on innovation and stuff for some nice clean food for Wheeling. I think that's great.
Thank you.
Good interesting pastas. I'm always a big fan. I think those go over well. And of course, you can do 10,000 things with chicken, but I think the look of your plates and your style and stuff like that, I'm really looking forward to actually sitting down and enjoying some of that.
Yeah, but Rocco, what do we like to eat most? I mean, I refer to the valley as a meat and potato valley, and I didn't know much about seafood until I moved to the Annapolis area, and it's not all Maryland blue crab. There's a lot of it down there, but seafood everywhere down there. Along with working at a newspaper down there, I also worked at a place called Fran O'Brien's down on the city dock area. Mm-hmm. And there's several restaurants down there, Middleton's, McGarvey's, Reardon's, just a ton of great places. And that's where I learned how to shuck an oyster, where I had my first oyster. I've always eaten shrimp, not fried. I think, Adam, frying shrimp, I mean, who thought of that?
I'm not sure, but it became very popular very quick, and it gets very tough at times also. It's very easy to overcook that shrimp.
Absolutely.
How were my shrimp? Did it pop?
Yeah, they were delicious. They had great seasoning, a nice level of saltiness compared to the spice level also, and they were poached properly too. You could tell that you really took some time and care when cooking those.
Well, I wanted Tim to have something good to eat, and then, honestly, I didn't think me and Tim were going to tear through. I made 30 shrimp, and there were only 4 left. I mean, it was like popcorn with Tim once he got here, and next time I'll make more, or I just won't invite Tim. Now, Chef Adam, your impressions so far. As far as the palates of the Upper Ohio Valley, what kind of impression have you formed thus far?
I think people around here are looking for simple dishes done really well, and they want the flavors, they want some different textures. But I think that you're right, Steve. I think the majority is it's a meat and potatoes type dish, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There are some chefs that believe that 2, 3, 4 ingredients is all you need in a dish to really make it done well, and sometimes that's really what I go after is like a steak, for example. I think, in my opinion, you really need some kosher salt and cracked black pepper on a steak. You need a great sear on it, and you need to be cooked really well. At the right
Not well done.
Not well done. Not well done. No.
Not well done. No. He didn't mean what. He used the proper adverb, but I had to jump in and say not well done.
Yes.
And then the huge bottle of A1.
The huge, gigantic, the Sam's Club version of
That's
A1.
right.
Yeah.
Quick little story. My daughter, my son eats very well. He'll come to me and, Dad, will you make this? Now, Michelle, his mom, she makes the best meatloaf I've ever had, and some other things. But Mikey will come to me, hey, Dad, you watch. When he gets home, it'll be like, hey, Dad, can you make me some Cajun shrimp? Sure. Sure. I'll always eat some more of that. But he'll just come home. My daughter uses A1 with a steak, and I can't break her of the habit. It's like, eat the steak.
Right. right?
There's too much vinegar in A1, in my opinion.
There's a lot in A1. I think
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a lot more than people realize in A1.
Oh yeah, and it just camouflage. Tamarind. Yeah. There's tamarind, Steve.
There's anchovies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you bothered to read the bottle?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
I'm a chef. What do you think I do?
Yeah, right.
I want to know what's in it.
Gotta find out exactly right.
I get you. But yeah, meat and potatoes, but they're, like you asked Rocco, when we did a cooking show and he came on, I always wanted him to make some kind of fish. Mm-hmm. Because if he's making pork or beef, I'm going to taste it.
Right.
But you saw when, I was at dinner, you gave me extra shrimp and you gave me half of the beef.
I did.
Because you knew I'm not going to eat all that beef. I'm going to eat more shrimp. And your risotto, dude. Oh.
It seems to have become very popular very quick around Wheeling. I've made it at a couple of dinners that we had, and I've done it for some upscale dinners as well. And the other night I did a black truffle infused mushroom risotto with some grana padano. And
did you say me any?
No, actually it all went.
Wow. That's a great cheese too.
Oh man, grana is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, that's a fantastic cheese.
I agree. I think the community here in Wheeling.
Don't buy. He'll quit. He just saw his mom walking up the steps.
No problem. I think the community here in Wheeling is they're hungry, but I think they're hungry for some different dishes as well. And I think that there's some opportunity here to really invite people in and show them some different culinary techniques and some different cooking styles and some different food altogether. And I think that it might be well received with some people in the community.
Right.
So,
Rocco, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, when you were talking about meat and potatoes, Steve, there are certainly those who are meat and potatoes, but then there are some discerning palates out there around the valley that travel to Pittsburgh and that sort of thing to get different things. And so I think that Chef Adam here is on the right track as far as, interesting food and clean food and getting back to that whole just a few ingredients, straightforward. That's the best way, I think, to prepare food there is. These people that think that a recipe is better because it has 47 obscure ingredients are a little bit confused. That's not necessarily the case.
No. Chef Adam, how many seasonings do you think I used on that shrimp?
Probably 3 or 4.
3.
3?
Yep. A little garlic powder, a little this, a little that. I'll show you. I put it away. Hey, congratulations, me. I actually put something away. You're impressed, aren't you, Shell? Yeah. I didn't cover the grill, though, because it was still hot. It was still hot. Yeah. Now, is it a goal, Adam and Rocco, to keep people in Wheeling more often than going to Pittsburgh? Listen, if you want Indian, if you want Thai, you've got to go to Pittsburgh. We have, 4 Chinese restaurants in the city of Wheeling, and they all do a nice job, but it's not the Indian, it's not the Thai, and I like that stuff. I go to the Strip District, and I want something different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Rocco, you've been in this business for a moment.
Longer than I care to admit.
Mexican restaurants just popped up everywhere in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure did.
Which one do you guys find the most authentic? I have my 2 answers, but I want I want your answer. Rocco, you go first.
Oh boy, Steve, it's been a little while since I've been out. To Mexican. I like the one over at St. Clair's, the
Talaki Packy.
Right, that's a good one. And I thought they did a nice job. Now I haven't been there for a little while, but the one right by the hospital, right there.
Oh, El Zocalo.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan. Well, Adam, you?
So I actually haven't had an opportunity to eat Mexican around Wheeling as of yet.
Okay.
But
do you like Mexican?
Oh yes.
Have you ever had true, authentic Mexican?
I certainly have. Yeah, I've had the opportunities over the years in some kitchens that I've ran to have some real authentic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually judge a Mexican restaurant by their salsa and their guacamole. Don't give me any guacamole cream. Okay, I don't want cream.
No.
I want guacamole.
Right.
And
Chunks.
with some chunks. I do like it smooth, but I don't like it. What's the term, guys? When you
Pureed?
Yeah, thank you.
Parade, yeah.
Yeah, no, don't do that to me.
You don't want the Gerber guacamole, Steve.
No Gerber guac. That's a great name. I'm using that. I'm so stealing that. No Gerber guac. But I find Talaki Paki very good, and not just because of their salsa and their guac. But the Acapulco, I'll take you down the Acapulco some night.
Let's go.
You know, they have great burritos.
Okay.
You know, Tim and I went down there probably 2 weeks ago, and he loved the quesadillas, the beef quesadillas. I just think they do a nice job down there, and they're super cool. They're super nice.
Well, I welcome the invite, and I thank you.
Yeah, we'll
And,
go.
I would love to go for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely go whenever you have the time. I'm a writer, man. I sit here, I write, or I'm down at the Scottish Rite. I'm doing what I'm doing in the meetings and whatnot. You know, right now, Rocco, we're developing a bunch of websites because it's go time.
Right.
For Roxby Development, and there's going to be some exciting news in the near future.
Pretty
cool, huh?
Pretty soon and pretty cool for sure.
Yeah.
Really exciting. So it's an opportunity that's really going to it's going to be great. That's what I can say about it. At this
We'll
point.
keep it right there, right?
That's it.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take the bottom of the hour break. Rocco can get some more of his Perrier.
Yes.
I had Perrier here for Rocco. Okay, no, I didn't. He's drinking water out of the dog bowl.
That's right.
That's right. All right, we'll be back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I'm Steve Novotney. It is Steve Novotney Lives right here on Lead News. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I'm Steve Novotney. My guests, Chef Adam, he's on your left, and of course, you know the guy on the right.
I can't get away with a thing, can I, Steve?
No. Now, Rocco, you scooted out of the picture.
Am I out of the picture?
Move a little closer to Chef Adam, since you guys are chums
I
now.
can handle that.
There you go.
Move
Go
my
ahead and bring your
microphone and
mic.
everything. How about that, Steve?
There you go.
How are we fixed now?
You seem to be a very good roadie. You could maybe Chef Adam, when we go on the road, we got to take Rock.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I love this guy. So
Thanks. Likewise.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have some fun around town.
I think we are going to have fun. I'd love to do some collaborations on some
Yeah,
dinners
that would be
and things.
fantastic.
I have a really unique idea that I'd like to throw at you and see what you think about it and kind of run with the ball.
Can you throw it at everybody watching, or is this something you want to keep quiet for now?
It's very premature, and
Okay.
I think.
But
we need
after
to-
we're done, you'll tell me?
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Good. No. Rocco, let me tell
Well,
you.
listen, if that's the case, it's going to be perfect. I'll fit right in. It's going to be no problem for me, Steve. I got it.
Okay, good. You can have more water.
Hey, one thing I was going to say real quick, whenever we were talking earlier about working and trying new foods and stuff like that, I'm positive, Adam, you have this same thing. You work for 14 hours, and on your way home, you think, you know what I ate today? I tasted the sauce at 10:30 this morning, and now I'm actually starving.
Yeah.
It's
Because I just tasted the sauce, and I tasted the meat to make sure it was right, and that was pretty much it. And that was 14 hours ago.
Yep, I do the same thing, and
That's actually why I ran up to the kitchen and grabbed the shrimp for Chef Adam, because chefs don't eat.
No,
or if we do, we take 5 minutes and shovel a sandwich in our face over a garbage can and
Exactly.
get back to it.
Yep.
You know,
and that's actually, I have to watch myself at home. I'm thinking, I'm eating like I'm in the corner of the kitchen. Like I have to actually stop and chew.
My team gets on me. They're like, we're feeding everybody. I'm feeding everybody. Everybody that everybody that works events with us, we make sure they get fed also.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, that's just kitchen culture. That's
right.
that's a great piece to implement into any business. Is you know, you come together, have a family meal,
Yep.
and everybody gets upset because I don't eat, and I'm like, honestly, like, I'm tired of looking at this food. Like, I want something completely different at this point.
Right.
Not this. You know? And it's yeah, chefs don't eat. So we
Well, you figure out how and when.
yeah, we do.
You know.
We do.
And after you know, if you're
Yeah,
for instance,
Rocco, if you were on time, you'd have gotten some shrimp. But
exactly right.
Hi, Michael.
You know, like when I was working at the Anchor Room, there were scallops, you know, shrimp, lobster tails galore, fillet, all these things, king crab legs. You know, people are like, oh, do you eat 20 lobster tails a day? I'm like, that is the last thing I want to eat. After working with that stuff all day, every day, that is the last thing I want to eat. I'd rather have a bologna sandwich.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Now, prior to the Wheeling Chambers Battle of the Boards, Chef Adam asked me, Rocco, hey, you know, and I'm like, hey, have you met Chef Rocco over at the Diocese? He's right across the street. He's
We're
like,
neighbors.
He goes, no, I haven't. I was like, would you like to? And he said, yeah, most definitely. So I got you two together, and that was a whole lot of fun. And then, like Rocco said last segment, he came up to the Cliff House for some of the photo shoot. And so I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are getting to know each other and everything because, you know, that culinary community sticks together.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the culinary community around this town is pretty tight, and you know, part of our goal at Roxby is to create some alliances within the community with some of these folks. That way, we can help each other. You know, I think that, you know, if you know, we all help each other, then we can all benefit from that.
Right.
At the end of the day.
That's right.
And you know, I think restaurants a lot of the times are in direct competition with each other, and they don't see that as an opportunity. They see it as maybe a downfall, trying to help your neighbor. But you know, we're all in this together, and we're all trying to accomplish similar goals, and we're all trying to
In a very difficult industry.
in a very difficult industry. No, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Oh, cry me a river.
yeah, this you know, especially in the last year, you know, it's been an extremely difficult industry.
Oh,
to be part
no.
of.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, a good thing came out of the pandemic for you, Chef Adam. You're now in Wheeling with Roxby Development. And when I wrote this story, I really started thinking about that. You know, Ditka's, the seafood.
Yeah,
you know,
Eddie V's Prime
Eddie
Seafood
V's.
in downtown Pittsburgh.
And, you know, that's one of the biggest things I miss about living in Pittsburgh is the food, the
Right.
diversity, the culture,
Right.
you know, the culinary culture.
Yeah.
Now, Permanis, younger man, drunk at 2 a.m., yeah, sure, I'll throw down a sandwich with french fries and slaw. I can't stand it now. I love their pizza. I think Permanis does a terrific job on pizza. Love what they do with tater tots, believe it or not. I've always been a tater tot guy. But that I don't know what the palate changes, doesn't it, guys?
It sure does. You know, as
Like beef.
Yeah.
I just don't like the texture of beef anymore. You know, I'm a texture eater.
Right.
You both know.
I'm a texture eater also. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we were just talking about oysters a little while ago, and when I was the executive chef at Eddie V's, I had 6 different oysters on hand at all time, and it was difficult for me to describe that flavor profile to some guests because
Right.
I'm not an oyster guy.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, I love oysters on a half shell. Luscious tidbits from Neptune's abode.
Now, now, Rocco, are you a half shell with hot sauce kind of guy, or what do you do?
I like half shell straight up.
Right.
And I like
Straight
half
up.
shell with just a little, 1/8 of a turn, Steve, of cracked pepper on top. That's
Okay.
it. And all the liqueur has to be in there, too. You got to shuck them right so all that stays in there.
True. Right. Yeah, I learned how to do that without cutting my thumb.
Well, well, first of all, though, you have to shred your hand.
I
And as part of the learning curve.
I think I nicked it once, but I never really dug in.
No?
And I consider myself very lucky because I'm a West Virginia kid shucking oysters.
Yeah, I've watched a couple guys. You know, they're working that shucker and holding the oyster, and they went right into the meat of their hand.
Yeah, right.
Here.
Yeah, I had a
authentic.
coworker that did that. And,
Oh yeah.
and they were like, I don't want to do that anymore. I was like, give it to me. You
Yeah,
know,
that's a fantastic laceration too, because it's that knife is not sharp at all.
and it's not clean.
No, no.
Oh no.
It's not clean at all.
not
That's
at
going to be
all.
sore. That's going to be sore.
Yeah, that's not going to be peroxide.
Lots of it. Yeah.
Well, I brought oysters to my daughters real quick at her birthday party here not a couple months ago, and so my grandsons, 7 and 2 years old, both tried an oyster. They both wanted
Cool.
to try one. August ate his, and he ate it. He enjoyed it. He said, "But I'm not going to do that again. I don't like the texture. The taste is not bad, but I don't like the texture." I said,
Right.
"Well, at least you tried it." And then Niall wanted one, and he sipped the juice and then put it in his mouth. And he said, "Nah, I don't want that."
Yeah. Yeah, it took, my first oyster, I'm shucking them, and the chef was like, "Have you ever had one?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, you have to try one. If a customer asks you have to try one. And he was right. I think, somebody that is working, a bartender or a server, I think they need to try everything.
Yeah, absolutely. In the restaurant business and the hospitality industry, your guests really rely on the people and the team that you have working for you to, give some really clear and concise menu descriptions and flavor profiles and things like that. Especially with oysters. I mean, the variety is so wide and the tastes are so different. The flavor profile of West Coast versus East Coast.
These were East Coast.
Yeah. So these were East Coast?
Yeah.
Blue Points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam, I haven't thought of that term for a long time.
Yeah. So
But yeah, that's what they were.
Definitely one of the more popular ones on the East Coast, and you get a pretty sizable oyster out of each one, and the West Coast ones tend to seem to be a little smaller, and then you have some from Canada as well that
Nova Scotia. I love the
Scotia.
Prince
Yeah.
Edward
Okay.
Island.
Oh, yeah.
Raspberry
Yep.
Points. Oh,
Raspberry
Steve.
Points.
Oh,
I gotta be honest.
Well, order them.
That's
Order
one of
them,
my-
Rocco.
one of
We'll
my
have those
favorites.
next, because
Well, they're-
my first oyster, I was like, that's good.
Well, we got to wait till fall now, Steve.
we
Okay.
do.
Oh, okay. And the chef was like, "Did you chew it?" I said, "Once, but it slid right down." He goes, "That's exactly what's supposed to happen."
Yeah.
He goes, "So get back to shucking."
I can do. I've done oysters, Rockefeller, a couple of times.
I made that once. Yeah.
We call it oysters Rockefeller.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
There you go. Look at that. Now, I mentioned the Battle of the Boards because, ladies and gentlemen, the winner, the showman, of course, Rocco, you played that, man. I saw all the photos, and I even told Chef Adam before it. I said, Rocco's going to try and introduce you to people, but he's going to be a showman. He gets around a room. But
Well, I've known everyone for a long time, Steve.
yes, you have. So he won, and Chef Adam, number 2.
Yeah.
With a very impressive board. He brought some delicious stuff with him.
He did it that day. You worked on yours for 2 weeks. Some of your meat was stale.
Listen, I didn't even slice that tree open until Sunday. Listen, sometimes you just can't sleep very much, Steve. That's all.
He even lumbered his own board.
Yeah, it was. I was the first one there to start setting up, and Rocco was there shortly behind after me. And I had my my 2 boards laid out, and I'm like, okay, we got this. We're gonna do a really great board, and hopefully people enjoy it. And now here comes Rocco with whole logs walking through the dining room at the Wheeling Country Club, and I'm like, what? Why? And I look around the room. Other people are looking at him like, really? That's what's going on over there? That's what's going on? Honestly, you had an amazing board, and it really was beautiful. You had some really unique dishes on there.
Thank you.
I really admired what you did there. You really thought outside the box, and I appreciate that. So,
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was,
That was fun. I did learn a few things up there. Chef Adam had a very interesting technique with, he made like a rose butter, a flower out
He
of
told me about this, Adam.
some of the supersat, or maybe it was the, I can't
it was
remember what it was.
Soprasita,
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, it was
Really a nice-
put that right on the front of the board, and we
That was
featured
nice.
a number of different cheeses, some fresh fruits, and we tried to do a typical charcuterie board, just really nice.
Yeah, and they both looked awesome. And seeing both your boards, I made a decision that I'm entering the civilian contest next year.
Yes, the layperson.
The layperson contest, yes.
Yeah.
And I have the strategy all worked out, and it's going to be, well, let's just say it's going to be local.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I really wanted, I thought about it prior when I spoke with Chamber President Erica Storch, because she told me, well, there's not a whole lot of civilian or whatever they called them. And I thought, man, and I thought of the idea originally. I'll tell you after we're done. I don't want to give it away now.
We have that other conversation to have after we're done anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. I already told Erica that next year I'm in, so make sure you have a battle of the boards again. And speaking of competition, the ulterior motive, it's coming out. Why did Steve put two chefs?
Maniacal laughter ensues.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, Chef Adam, once upon a time, a long time ago, back in the poor days, I decided that I wanted to raise money for the United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley. So I initiated the Chef Showdown, down.
Done.
The self reverb is fantastic.
Thank you very much, Rocco. I could do it again. The Chef Showdown, down.
Nice.
So, and we had a blast. It took over 2 years because I only did them every 6 months. Okay,
It was a good time though.
it was a great time, and it was, remind me, Rocco, did I have? I had 3 chefs, each preliminary show,
Yes.
and we had a total of 9.
Yeah. You did 3, 3, 3, and then
Then the Chef Showdown, down.
that was the one. That was it.
Yes. And so Rocco lost.
I did. I got stomped. I got stomped by Chef Gene.
He didn't get a trophy. He got a thanks for participating kind of thing.
It
Because
was right there. It was still a blast. It was
I
for a
don't-
great cause.
I don't give participation trophies. Okay? Not a fan of those. I like T-ball. I hated T-ball in the beginning, but then I went to a T-ball game, and I'm like, the joy on these kids' faces. How can I not like this? But the participation trophy is ridiculous. And my mind won't change about that. So I'm thinking about bringing back the old gig.
Yes.
And I don't think I'm going to do it the same way. Rocco, do you remember how it works? Why don't you tell Chef Adam if you do?
Yes. So Steve meticulously selected obscure and weird ingredients, and we opened up brown paper bags that were stapled and sealed before the show, so that he would break these out just before. So you had to do 3 courses, I believe.
Yes.
So you had a mystery bag for each one of these courses. And so, for instance, one of mine, was orange push-ups. The popsicles, like creamsicles.
yeah.
He made crepes out of them.
I did. But
I
and
also...
so there was a Kentucky Fried Chicken was one of my ingredients I had to utilize.
I gave him a bucket of chicken. And he couldn't just put a piece of chicken on a plate and call it a day.
Repurpose it. You gotta
He
do
had to
something
make it
different.
a significant ingredient
Right.
in what he was making.
But we had, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones.
Somebody
got a whole rack of lamb. I got a whole a whole tenderloin that needed trim and everything one time, which that's not so bad.
No,
but
that's not bad.
I did give a short little demonstration though to the audience about how to cut fillet, trim fillet, and then Chateaubriand, Tornadoes,
He's a
fillet, all that.
showman.
But so yeah, we had a miniature
Ribbon
culinary
candy.
class.
Don't forget the ribbon candy.
Oh yeah, we had
that was
ribbon
one of my
candy. Was
favorites.
one of the ingredients. A lot of so there was a lot of funny stuff. Some of the things were more straightforward, than some of them were really just way out there.
Oh yeah. Well,
So,
yeah.
and then you had I think like it was a pretty brief, like a half an hour maybe, for each ingredient, or 35 minutes or something like
No,
that?
no, no,
to
no,
build
no.
it?
The appetizer was a half an hour. The entree was 40 minutes, and the
Oh, yeah, then dessert was.
and then dessert was a half an hour.
Yeah.
It was a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
I had to take commercials back then.
And we had a small studio audience that paid to have tickets, front row tickets,
Yeah, they
see all
paid
this.
40 each. It was at the culinary department, of West Virginia Northern. And excuse me, everyone.
Which is a great facility.
It's a terrific facility.
I actually did. I did their test out for their culinary students back in April. So,
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
had the opportunity to go down there with Chef Chris and Chef Gene.
Yeah, good people.
And great people. Yeah, really great people.
Yeah,
They run a
Chef
great
Gene.
program.
Chef Gene put up his championship plaque the day of the event. He was so proud. He beat Rocco by 1 point.
Yeah, but he did some amazing stuff, because with here's what he did, Chef Adam, with his ingredients, he didn't do just one thing. For every course, he did 3 ways. And they were significantly different. Each was its own standalone.
And he did this without knowing the secret ingredient. He just planned.
Yeah.
But he did bring every scientific instrument there was. He brought
Everything.
some kind of like vacuum extractor. He made broth out of Parmesan rinds
Wow.
with this vacuum extractor.
And Rocco's like, hey, everybody.
Here's how you cut a fillet.
So you two want to do a chef showdown?
Yeah.
Go, Steve.
Let's do it. Let's get it on.
All right, now here's how we raise most of the money.
Okay.
Okay, it'll be down at Northern.
Okay.
Okay, in the big kitchen, and it's just you two.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and the one thing, Chef Adam, that the chefs do, and this is how over what, Rocco, the 2 years and 4 events, we raised $10,000 for the
Yeah.
United Way.
Yeah.
Okay, most of that money didn't come from the attendance. Most of the money came from a chef's dinner auction that both of you would have to be responsible for as far as the winning bid.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody good?
Oh, yeah.
We're all in.
They pay that to the United Way, and then you guys go
Show up at their house.
and make them dinner.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love doing private chef experiential things. Like.
I love when a plan comes together.
Yeah. That was really easy, wasn't it, Steve?
Well, I knew it would be. I needed to set it up, you know.
Totally baited us into this.
Yeah, of course. That's the only reason you're here. I want to raise money for the United Way. No, it was great because when we did, we fed people with Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Okay.
The money goes to the United Way. They are partners with 29 other agencies, and they all get together and they buy a bunch of food. So we were able to really add to what local residents in need at the holidays, what they got. And I love being part of it, and I don't think there's anything better than having a culinary contest to feed folks that need food.
I agree, and I'm excited to do it. I think that it's obviously a great cause, and we want to be intimately involved in the community and help people at Roxby. So, yes.
Okay, I'll start dreaming up my secret ingredients now.
He's not even going to sleep tonight.
No, I'll be on the porch watching a pirate game with a notebook, coming up with silly,
Right.
stupid ingredients.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying, and Rocco, you're going to get all of the most difficult ones because I work with Chef Adam.
It's all right, Steve. I'm not scared.
I'm not kidding, or I'm kidding. No, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Gentlemen, thank you so much. We're out of time. It's 5 o'clock. It's time to have our other conversations. Hey, folks, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So there you go. But Chef Adam, Roxby Development, thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve.
And Rocco,
Always a pleasure, Steve.
you know, I'm gonna write up a bill for using my freezer.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No troubles.
Thank you, my friend.
Always a pleasure.
Appreciate it. That'll do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us or listening later. Of course, I'll be back on Monday, 3 to 5 p.m. Until then, God bless you, folks. We'll talk again.